both sexes, male and female, both get a 5 times increase in their oxytocin from about, during puberty, from about age 10 to about age 16 these days. And with the boys, it just basically affects them in their sex drive. It raises their sex drive, which, they don't need a lot of help there anyway. So their sex is already pretty high with all the testosterone that they get, 20 times more in a lot of cases. So with the girls, it affects their sex drive, but their sex drive is lower anyway because they have more progesterone and more prolactin naturally. And it strongly affects their bonding drive. Now, what do I mean by bonding drive? Well, oxytocin and vasopressin, the two main bonding chemicals, are intertwined, as you said earlier, in this whole sexual attraction, sexual sex drive, mating. And in our case, we call it dating. And what's happening now with today's hookup culture, as opposed to the past, is that this bonding instinct in young women, girls and young women, is being thwarted. Now, their brains are also, the females' brains are also organized in utero to be sensitive to oxytocin, and the bonding effects of oxytocin. So they're set up. It appears to me the design is we're designed to, go through our childhood non-sexually, and then starting, with puberty, sexual thoughts start happening, and all of that. But it's supposed to be gentle and slow developing as far as these relationships between the boys and the girls. It's supposed to be romantic. I mean, that's what the girls are longing for is romance, a bond, and romantic relationships. And they're not getting it. They want warm, respectful romance, kind of like, a Hallmark movie. But instead of getting warm, respectful romance, they're getting cold, casual sex in many cases. And they're not being able to bond as they wish to. So again, to review, both males and females, oxytocin increases by 5 times during puberty. But when the boys, it only affects their sex drive and not their bond. It doesn't create a bonding desire in the boys, at least for the most part. It does in the girls, though, and they're being thwarted in that in our society, as opposed to, the stretch of history, before us. So that's probably one of the main reasons that we have such high levels of girls being depressed and anxious,